welcome to the annual Royal Oaks Memorial Day Parade. My name is Andy Aubrey, and my co-host for this great event, as always, is the lovely and talented First Lady of Royal Oak, Ms. Jodie Ellison. Jodie, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Andy. How are you?
Good. We've been blessed with a beautiful day, and we, of course, are here to honor the past and present men and women who serve in the armed forces, who make freedom a reality for us, and we want to honor them today and thank them for all their hard work, and some who actually gave the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're incredibly fortunate, not only in Royal Oak, but in the entire country.
And true indeed, true indeed. So, without further ado, I think we'll get this parade started. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Well, Jodie, as always, the lead vehicle is the Royal Oak Police Department car, the Chevy Tahoe.
Ooh.
One of the new
cars. Mm-hmm. One of the newer cars, yeah. The color scheme, the black and white. From what I understand, the officers got to choose the color scheme themselves.
Very nice.
Very cool. It's followed by the Police Department Honor Guard unit. They look pretty snazzy there.
Yeah. Getting a nice round of applause.
I have seen a few of those guys smile, actually, but very serious today.
Very rarely, though. Next up, the fire department. We've got the engine, the aerial truck, ambulance, and the green vehicle.
Now, is it really green?
You wouldn't think it'd be as visible as the red ones.
That's true. That's true. There's the sticker on the back.
Yeah.
I like the little spinner on the
spinner thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Got to get one of those for your car.
I know.
Because when you need to get to the market, you know, or you're going to the bank and they're closing, you just flip that on.
I'm afraid I'd be so enamored by watching it, though, I wouldn't know where I was going. So maybe I should skip
Well, you wouldn't
that.
have to worry about it, because everyone would be getting out of your way.
That's true. I kind of like that. That's good. Coming up behind the fire department, we have Oakland County Sheriff's Department. Looks like we're let off by the Dare car.
In fact, I think there may be 2 Dare cars.
No way.
That's possible.
Woohoo.
And there's the Dare car.
Perhaps the first of 2.
Michael Bouchard, how are you?
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Good to see you. Have a great day. Sheriff Bouchard, he has been a standout in our parade for years now.
Absolutely. Great sheriff, and actually a candidate for higher office in Michigan.
That's right, running for governor this fall, so we wish him the best of luck. And following Sheriff Bouchard is a bunch of people in blue t-shirts with white stripes.
I believe it's Oakland County Prosecutor Jessica Cooper. First time in the parade? I believe first time in that office. So
yeah.
That would explain why she's newly in the parade.
She has a legion of dozens in her corner.
How do we do that math? A legion of dozens.
That's right.
I like that.
Following Prosecutor Cooper is the Vietnam-era veterans and our leadoff group of veterans this year. This is the Kerr family. And they, too, have been participants in our parade for years and years.
Years and years. And all of the brothers, 4 of the brothers, I believe,
okay, all
served in the armed forces. Let me see, during Vietnam. Air Force, Marines, the Navy, and the Army. And actually, unfortunately, Michael, the brother who served in the Army, passed away this past fall. Our condolences to the Kerr family.
fact, they were the Grand Marshals back in '02. I remember that. They were given a Congressional Letter of Honor for their meritorious duties.
Oh, interestingly, too, did you know that they were members of the Chippewa tribe of Sault Ste. Marie?
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
This year, they're joined by Brian Yeager, who was in the U.S. Army and is a Gulf War veteran, and several sons and daughters were marching alongside them.
The prodigious Kerr family. Here come the Razor family. Well, actually, I believe that's for Diane Hathaway. But we have Commissioner Jim Razor.
And then we have a gap in the action. And it makes you wonder. Now, I have to say, and I know over the years, the people that try and put this thing together at the beginning of the parade drink a lot of coffee to start things. And it's probably the last thing they need. What they need is sedation, because there is a lot of mayhem and chaos trying to organize and get this whole thing straight in order. And we can't blame them if it doesn't always go that right, because some people show up late, some people don't show up at all, and you know, they do the best they can.
Oh, absolutely. And those of us who just come here to walk in the parade or to announce the parade or
to announce the parade,
to give our offhanded color commentary, you know, we just get to stand here and let it unfold around us. They are the ones who have to make sure everything runs smoothly. And you know what? Human nature being what it is, it almost never runs smoothly.
That's correct. Absolutely right.
Ooh, but behind us, there's someone handing out little sheriff's deputy badges. All right.
Yeah, so with this break in the action, we will take a moment and slip away, but be back for the continuation of the Royal Oak Memorial Day Parade right after this.
Don't go away.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights.
What do we have here?
Oh, we're identical cousins.
But that's genetically not possible.
Oh, yes, it is. Dr. Welby told us it's quite rare, but it does happen.
Well, Dr. Welby's a great doctor, but...
You take Medicare, don't you?
Oh, sure.
And you probably have a lot of patients who are ready to go on Medicare, yes?
Yes.
You know, you could tell them that if they're 65, they can go to socialsecurity.gov and apply for Medicare online. It takes less time than sitting in a doctor's office. Sorry. It's less than 10 minutes. Sometimes 5 or 6. It's quite easy.
You're really identical? And Dr. Welby really said...
I'm two of a kind.
So you've got a song about where to call for government information?
Check this out. We got the benefits and services that'll make you smile to get the answers you need. Put us on speed dial.
That is gold, Your Honor.
1-800-FIT-INFO. Oh!
And we are back to the Royal Oak Memorial Day Parade. Next up on the agenda is the Royal Canadian Legion.
Let's listen to them play for a minute as they walk by.
the Maple Leaf Post 84, commanded by Gary Orban. They've been Royal Oak residents since 1935. They've also been a part of our Memorial Day Parade for over 40 years.
We also understand that in 2008, they mailed 165 boxes to troops in Iraq and Afghanistan filled with comfort items. And for that Christmas, they adopted a needy family by raising over $1,000 to help them have a great holiday.
Next up, the Celtic Pipes and Drums Unit marches with the Royal Oak Canadian Legion each year, and they've come from Birmingham and White Lake, Michigan. They've also been in our parade for many years.
And anybody who makes a point of catching this parade on television realizes that's one of my favorite things. A little Celtic in me, too. I think you do, too, probably, Andy.
Well, the ancestors came from ruddy old England, and it's not far.
No.
Over there, England, Ireland, Scotland.
I say either you're following the pipes or you're running from them, one or the other.
I'm sort of treading water off to the side.
And that's why you're here with me now.
That's right. Well, the Royal Oak American Legion and Auxiliary, led by Frank Wendland, Post Unit number 253. They're very active in our community and sponsor the Cub Scout Pack 1604, marching further back in the parade today, carrying the large American flag.
Now, how about a little bird told me before the parade today that the Frank Wendland Post is the second oldest in the nation?
Is that right? Really?
Don't we rock here in Royal Oak?
Awesome.
I tell you. And riding in that 1970 blue convertible is Stanley Fawns, who joined the Michigan National Guard in 1938, and later, when World War II escalated, he joined the Army Air Force in '41. He celebrated his 90th birthday this month and is still active in the Legion.
American Legion Post 253 of Royal Oak has come, and Bruce Welther was driving the '66 Ford M151 military utility truck. There that is. This vehicle was brought back from Vietnam sometime around 1970 to a base in Ohio.
I'm so glad you know your vehicles. I'm lost.
All right, and after that we have the Honor Flight Michigan.
Yep, I'm sorry, Andy. Go ahead. It's a nonprofit all-volunteer group of dedicated individuals who finally have ended their extraordinarily successful program because they've safely escorted approximately 1,400 Michigan World War II vets on 33 all-expense-paid trips to Washington, D.C. Ooh, what do we have here, Andy? It's another car.
This is that point in the parade that it's inevitable. It's every year where you begin to scramble looking for what's in front of us on our clipboard and what's in front of us in real life.
Well, the car we just saw was a longtime parade participant and a member of American Legion Post 276. Jim Dawson is in his 1928 Model A Ford.
There is the 1949 Mack fire truck, originally purchased by Grosse Pointe Farms and sold to Southfield in 1968. And was used as a frontline engine. The old Mack was retired from service in '76 and completely restored. And undertaking by the Southfield firefighters and returned to the citizens on the 50th anniversary of Southfield.
And for you collectors out there, this old Mack is now valued at more than $300,000. And, you know, not that you want to go after it because that's a bad thing, but it's stored at the Berg Road Fire Station.
Next up is the Great Lakes Young Marine Unit. This is a youth education and service program for boys and girls, 8 through completion of high school. And the Young Marines promote the mental, moral, and physical development of its members.
This program focuses on character building, leadership, promotes a healthy, drug-free lifestyle.
And next up, there's Pat Taylor, who was one of the former chairwomen of this event. And Pat was for years in charge of the event. And we thank her for her continued service.
And many, many years. I think without her work, we wouldn't have the parade we have today.
Absolutely.
Or at least the last couple of years before she retired.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the Levin brothers. There they come.
Always active participants in the parade in Royal Oak, coming in all the way from Washington, D.C., or, from their local residences. But we like to think that they came all the way back from Washington
just to be here with
in
us
our parade.
In Royal
Absolutely.
Oak. That's right. Sandra and Carl. And they're usually sporting the Tiger hats. But this year they
well, hey, I haven't been watching, so I don't know, but there may be a reason. Aha. Oh.
Uh-oh. Look out. Our director, Richard Wilson, informs us they may have crossed over to the dark side of some sports team there. I don't know. I didn't see.
Well, I have to admit, my daughter lives in Philadelphia right now, so.
Philadelphia? Uh-oh. Look out.
Now.
Next up, we've got Senator Papa George. John Papa George. How are you, sir? Good morning.
Hi. Have a good day.
And Senator Papa George was actually in the Army, a highly decorated colonel after 30 years of active duty. Incredible. So after that, he decided to go on to more public service and has been, I believe, oh my goodness, I want to say 20 years, let's say.
Let's call it 20.
Let's call it 20.
He actually had 2 combat tours in Vietnam. But since settling in Troy, John has become heavily involved in a number of civic and political organizations, including 4 years as Oakland County Commissioner and 6 years as State Representative for Troy and Clawson.
Well, that's 10 of the 20. Do you think I can get 20 as the other? Was this,
I think so.
I can't see your face.
Marie Donegan, good to see you this morning. There she is.
Marie is our Michigan State Representative for the 26th District. Always in the parade, first elected as a Royal Oak City Commissioner in '97 and has continued her public service ever since.
Next up, Dave Woodward. Oakland County Commissioner, grew up in Royal Oak. Prior to representing the community on the county board, Dave was a Royal Oak State Representative for 6 years.
Actually started, I believe, when he was about 21 years old.
Isn't that amazing?
One of those youngsters who just knew what he wanted to do and hit the ground running. He's done a fabulous job ever since. And coming up behind Dave Woodward, we see Royal Oak City Commissioner David Polton, his wife Jennifer, and their 3 little ones. Even with an active family and a career in the law, he has time to serve the city, as does Commissioner Drinkwine, who's
Terry
following
Drinkwine.
him.
Good morning, sir. And following him, Paul Welday, waving to the crowd.
Oh, he's got a baby!
And Paul Welday is running for Congress in the 9th Congressional District. For any of you who may not have recognized the name.
Oh, I like your baby! You like your baby?
And she's weighing down there.
Royal Oak Historical Society, that's a volunteer organization of over 150 members, organized to collect and preserve historical materials and folklore connected with the city of Royal Oak. Actually, the grand opening of the Royal Oak Historical Museum was just held about a month ago now, April 30th. The new historical museum on Crooks and Webster at the old fire station. Come on down and take a look. Check it out. Also, if you have a chance, run over to the pancake breakfast after the parade. Get some pancakes, some sausage. Make those volunteers work for their funds.
Well, I hear music. And when I hear music, I keep my mouth shut.
I was going to say, I thought I was just hearing music because I'm here with you, Andy.
It's the Royal Oak High School Marching Band. And what's a parade without a band, Jodie?
A quieter parade.
Exactly. But fortunately, we have music, so let's give them a listen. And just as I said that, they stopped playing.
Out of respect. Out of respect for
to me.
you.
They obviously realize that we're working here. Okay.
They're very deferential. The Royal Oak Ravens. This, I believe, will be the 4th graduating class from the new Royal Oak High School.
Okay. And now they play. Historical Society is behind the band. Royal Oak Historical Society is a volunteer organization of over 150 members organized to collect and preserve historical materials and folklore connected with the city of Royal Oak. Behind them, we have the Ezra Parker chapter, the Daughters of the American Revolution, Royal Oak.
Andy, did you know that there was also a group called the Husbands of the Daughters of the American Revolution?
Fascinating information.
I wouldn't know if all the other family members get their own group.
I don't know.
The children of the husbands of the daughters of the American
sons
Revolution?
And the wives involved at all? Or with the daughters and the husbands? And
Well, you know, of course, I'm kidding about all of the different family members. I mean, they were very, very proud to have the Ezra Parker chapter in Royal Oak.
That's right. The views expressed here are not those of WROK Television or their sponsors.
Not in the least.
Well, next up, we've got the Cub Scouts, and this is PAC 1634 at Shrine.
Aw, and there's a puppy up front. Look at this. Does it get any cuter? Kids in scout uniforms and puppies. Oh my gosh. This is America.
Puppies, music, and Memorial Day with
in this beautiful
sunshine.
weather. Does it get any better? Seriously. Well, I guess maybe if you have a barbecue or something this afternoon.
If I had won the lottery this weekend, that would have been the best.
That's true. But then you wouldn't have shown up, and I wouldn't have been able to enjoy your company.
Oh, yeah,
so.
you'd be doing a parade by yourself. There's no question.
Probably not. I'd be going, where's Andy?
Well, following the Cub Scouts, we have the Lions Club from Royal Oak. The Royal Oak Lions are over 75 years old, and they're a service club whose main focus is to help those who are sight impaired, hearing impaired, or children with speech problems. They do this by raising money and donating to those organizations which aid the less fortunate, such as Leader Dogs.
And following the Lions Club, coming up, you may be able to see them coming up in just a second here. We have the Fraternal Order of Eagles, the Area 2092. People helping people is the motto of the Egos. How about if I say the motto of the Eagles instead of the motto of the Egos? Jeez, oh Pete, I tell you.
Easy for you to say.
Not really this morning, obviously.
And following, we have the Daisies. Oh, well, let's see here. I'm going to try and keep this thing on track.
So we've had our...
Well, there's still some semblance of order, believe it or not. And again, we want to thank those who put this thing together, especially down at the front. It's It's an enormous undertaking. But there's the Daisy Troop, 75029. Daisies.
Daisies.
Were you ever a Daisy, Jodie?
I never was, actually. I was in the 4-H. I grew up in the country.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeehaw. That was me.
That's okay. Well, that's good.
It was good. I love the 4-H, but great turnout by the kids, by all of the volunteer organizations. Without them, we don't have a parade. So thank you to all the organizers, but thank you also to everyone who gives up their Memorial Day morning to come out here and show their support for those who've served our country.
That's true. There's the Ancient Order of Hibernians.
Hooray!
The Norman O'Brien Division. They're a new addition to our parade this year. The group sponsors the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Royal Oak. And today, their presentation includes their honor guard representing the Fighting 69th of the Civil War.
Woohoo! And their green bus.
Love the green bus.
Oh, I tell you.
I'm going to take that thing out to MIS for a race. And there's the Oak Ridge Co-op Preschool following the Hibernians.
The preschool currently meets in the Churchill Community Education Center, which is just a short drive from Oak Ridge Elementary. The founding parents understood that a cooperative preschool is a unique and valuable way to introduce children to the school setting. And when parents and teachers work together, they develop a relaxed and friendly atmosphere in which the child thrives. It's good. More people should realize that.
And following the Oak Ridge Preschool, or Katie's Kids. Katie's Kids is a Christian childhood daycare center located right here in downtown Royal Oak. And they're celebrating their 6th anniversary this year. And following them are the Boys and Girls Clubs of South Oakland County.
And we also had the Optimist Club walk by.
Oh, we missed the Optimists.
They're coming fast and furious here.
That was...
Woohoo! Okay, and then I have to have a shout out to the Keystone Club from the Boys and Girls Club. That's their teen leadership program. They make the kids take responsibility for moving into the adult phase of their life.
Very
and
good.
My son is actually vice president of the club this year, so I'm very proud.
Nice.
Hi, Keystoners.
Now I believe we have the 9th Kentucky Infantry from Royal Oak. It's a Civil War reenacting club. The members portray Confederate soldiers from the state of Kentucky who formed into the famed Orphan Brigade.
Uniform and equipment, everything that you see reflects in detail historic research done by the members. All right, and I have to share a really quick story. A couple of years ago, we were up at the cemetery for the ceremony following the parade. They shot off their guns in a salute, and a squirrel fell out of a tree.
Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen.
It wasn't, but it was certainly a memorable event.
Let's give it up now for the Royal Oak Middle School Bulldog Marching Band. And here they come. Let's give them a listen, Jodie.
We will.
Abby Pattison, one of the Royal Oak Bulldogs' finest out there. Her father, Brian, a good friend. He's probably one of the greatest softball players to ever lace on a pair of cleats since Northrop and Cash were roaming the diamond for the Detroit Caesars.
Oh, I tell you.
The great family, the Pattisons. Good to see them out here.
And it's nice to hear that clarinet just
The
rising
clarinet
above
was
everything
really,
else.
it just sort of mushroomed above
I did
the
notice
sound
that.
and the music. Okay.
Oh, and
Now we have a very large American flag, as you can see.
I understand this is the second year for the flag. 40 feet by 60 feet. I'm impressed that it still fits on Main Street. It
Yeah.
just shows you just how expansive Main Street is.
You should take this over for the front of the Ellison household. I think that would look good
Do you
on your
think
front
so?
lawn.
You know what? This would cover our house 3 times over. Believe me. We live in a typical bungalow, and it's about a third the size of that flag. It takes from 50 to 70 people to control this flag. And this year, the volunteers who are walking it down the street are students from Scouts and elementary schools, local elementary schools who are marching with their parents and scouting staff.
After the flag, we've got the Special Olympics of Southeast Michigan. These are just a few of the many athletes from the Southeast chapter of the Special Olympics. And there are so many opportunities for the kids and adults with intellectual and physical disabilities within the Special Olympics. They swim, golf, run track and field, play hockey, softball, basketball, and even speed skating.
And I don't think I can do any of those things.
No.
I'm incredibly impressed.
That's very good. Absolutely right. And following the Special Olympics, we've got the Royal Oak Crime Prevention Council with McGruff the Crime Dog. There he is.
Where is
McGruff?
Oh, there he is up front.
He's been another regular participant here in the parade
has
for
been.
years. So watch yourself.
I'm staying on the straight and narrow every time McGruff is right. Well, not that I'm not when he's not, but you understand.
Right,
of course.
right. But you're especially
He's a reminder.
paying attention now.
He is.
And if
what do we hear?
I hear Calliope music, I'd know it anywhere. And that, of course, is Victoria Borsodi Banks, the Borsodi Calliope. It's an authentic circus calliope built around 1900. And a very rare 53 whistle nation, the largest of all air calliopes.
He used to be in the fun house of the old Eastward Gardens amusement park in Detroit, and for many years was owned by the Detroit Edison Company. So where is it now?
It's in our parade.
Oh, Andy, I count on you.
And Cub Scouts, you want them, we got them. But after that, we have got the Wahoo Baseball Club of Royal Oak. Their second year of joining us in our parade.
They must have come with a flag.
They think so, yeah.
Yeah. It's a buy one, get one.
And these guys look remarkably well preserved, considering they've got to be at least 100 years old or more.
Excellent. I'll have what they're having.
They brought their opposing team with them this year. They'll be playing against today in the big game this afternoon.
Come on out and see a real old-fashioned baseball game up at Star JC Park on 13 Mile east of Crooks Road right after lunch. The Wahoos are the ones in the blue-gray, the old Golds in the white uniforms with the black and gold. Go check it out.
And we got the Elks Club following them. Royal Oak Elks.
The Elks is a male fraternal organization, and their female arm is the Wapiti Club. I like to say that.
Wapiti.
Wapiti. Royal Oak World War II veteran Harry J. Kavanaugh in the black Jeep. For any of you who can't read the signs, sometimes it's difficult.
We depend on you, Jodie, for these things.
Well, I'm here for you.
Oh, and thank heavens for that. Next up, we've got the Northwood Girl Scouts coming along.
Try to follow that one.
Just had a shout out from Mr. Carlo Giannotti, popped in, say hello.
That wouldn't be the Carlo Giannotti from the Royal Oak Show?
Carlo Giannotti. You know him.
I know, and I recognize, that voice is ringing a few bells there.
And scouting. Scouting, they're building adults over there in the scouting program, Jodie.
Scouting. The Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, Cub Scouts, Daisies, we have them all today.
Well, let's not forget about football, because before we know it, it will be football season. And this is the Royal Oak Youth Football League. Our junior football teams in Royal Oak, the Chiefs and the Chargers.
I think the only thing we're missing today are representatives of our hockey leagues. We have baseball, we have football.
We have soccer.
We have soccer.
You want soccer, we got it. And here they are, the Royal Oak Youth Association's Renegades, the Royal Oak Renegades.
All right, I think we issue a challenge this year that next year we want to see some hockey players out
here. That's right. I think we're looking at the Royal Oak Dondero alumni. It's their second year here in the parade after the Renegades of Royal Oak. They have the soccer pitch.
And I really think it's just coincidental that they're followed up by the service truck.
You think? And look at that. Look who's coming now. It's Mayor Jim Ellison, everybody.
Accompanied by, not with, City Commissioner Patricia Capello. Hi, Pat. Hey, Jim.
They look great, don't they? Just look at them, pointing, waving. His arm, does his arm get tired? Does he need icy hot on that?
Oh, you know what?
Wrist?
Yeah, he uses that ploy at home, and I tell him, just get back to work.
It's just a flimsy, thinly veiled excuse to get out of yard work.
I said, tennis elbow, my friend. Get back to work. No, I'm fine. Oh my goodness, look how brightly polished the dump truck is.
That's a steel wool job, I know that.
I say that and Jim's still on the, screen. Right. He's going to love that.
Well, he's shiny, too.
He is a little shiny.
He is. He's that smile. It's those teeth.
We'll stick some tissue paper roses on him, and we won't be able to tell the difference. No.
Well, next up, the DPW trucks. Don't forget the salt truck number 259 and the Vector truck 463. Look at that thing.
I tell you, we are lucky and
have that over to the house later.
I think
our great city trucks bring up the end of the parade today, and our city workers have their families riding along with them. We'd like to thank our city workers for doing such a fine job on the city streets.
Always, and on a shoestring budget, I have to say that they do a great job, and they smile all the time.
That's right. And the Royal Oak Parade Committee would like to thank all of our wonderful volunteers that show up and make these telecasts possible, and the parade, and we welcome them, and we'll hopefully join them again next year to be here.
The amazing men and women of WROK.
That's right. So with that, I think we will bid adieu to another successful parade year. Jodie, pleasure working with you again.
Always a pleasure, Andy.
Thank you very much. And one more time, thank you to all the servicemen and women who are out there, past and present. And without you, we have no freedom to hang our hats on here in America. So keep up the good work out there. Thank you again. Thank you to our volunteers at WROK. For Jodie Ellison, my name is Andy Aubrey. Thank you for joining us for the Royal Oak Memorial Day Parade.
See you next year.